We just got some newly released dash cam video showing more of the traffic stop arrest of Sandra Bland. She was found hanged in a Texas jail cell earlier this month. Her funeral is today. All right, so here's the video. It's from the dash cam inside the police cruiser that arrived at the scene of the arrest. So this is the second vehicle. You can see a patrol car. Sandra Bland was in the back of that car, in the back seat. Officer here takes her outside the car, reaches in, takes her out, and then pats her down, then puts her back inside the car. Let's bring in HLN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson. Joey, is there any value to this video? What are we learning here?
Well, you know, Victor, good morning to you. There's always value because it gives you a further sense of what happened there. Apparently, she was in the back of the female officer's car who showed up to assist Officer Insignia at the time, and she's pulled out, she's patted down. But it really emphasizes a traffic stop gone awry. Doesn't really add any additional value other than pointing to the fact that it certainly didn't need to develop and escalate to this level in the first instance.
And not just a traffic stop that's gone awry, because we know a special inspection report indicates that guards at the jail failed to do the timely checks. And this was found 3 days after Bland's body was found in the cell. I mean, it appears here that there is a stronger and stronger case as we learn more here that this family has against this police department.
Sure, and you know, it extends to the jail, and I know what you're referring to, the Texas Commission. Every state has a commission that evaluates the jail, and jails are expected to perform, and minimum things are required to be done. Of course, they were cited, that is the jail, for two things, the first of which is not having officers who were adequately trained to deal with people who potentially have any type of mental ailments or who could be suicidal based on things that are occurring in their life. And in addition to that, the lack of training, the jail was cited for not having officers check periodically on the care, custody, and control of a particular person, you know, who's a prisoner there. And so it's problematic, and I think you'll see reforms from that moving forward. Not that it helps this family, but certainly moving forward, you need the training and you need officers to actually check on people who are there as opposed to hitting an intercom and saying, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, so Bland's family has said that they would like an independent autopsy, their own pathologist to conduct it. Her funeral is today, so the expectation obviously is that that has already happened. The results have not been released. But what is next in this investigation? What's next to try to get some answers here?
Sure. I think a couple of things are next, Victor. The first, of course, to your point about the independent autopsy, it's important because transparency is important, trust is important, and you want people to respect whatever findings there are. And so if the family does it, then, of course, you have the respect of the findings of a person that you hired. But in terms of what needs to happen here, from the authorities' point of view and from the family's point of view, from the authorities' point of view, they'll present the case to a grand jury. That's important because you want to put it to a body of people in the community who could evaluate whether anything criminal happened here. From what we're learning now, it appears nothing has, but still you want to put it to that body, presenting them with all the evidence so that they can make their findings. From the family's perspective, I think they want accountability. Certainly they want to find out exactly what happened. I think the autopsy, independently, that'll give them some information as to what they believe occurred. But then further than that, I think they're going to want to hold the jail accountable for any lapses that occurred there. And so, you know, I think we'll see civil suits to follow. And Victor, money never brings back anyone, but that's what our system has to compensate people who have been aggrieved.